welcome to Pineapple Talk on Society Bites Radio. I'm Leah, the founder and president of Pineapple Support, a non-profit organization which was set up in 2018 for persons working in the adult industry. We offer a support sex service provided by trained volunteers and an online therapy service staffed by qualified counselors, psychologists, coaches, and psychotherapists.
Hi, and I'm Shelley, a psychotherapist who's been involved with Pineapple Support since its conception.
If you want to know more about Pineapple Support, you can visit the website, which is pineapplesupport.org.
So this session is our second of a four-part series focusing on relationships. All of our guests have careers in the adult industry, so we're really keen to hear their thoughts and experiences of dating and being in relationships and how they deal with the demands of their work alongside their relationships.
So welcome, Andra. Great to have you here with us. Andra is the PR.
Hi.
Hi.
So you're the PR manager for Studio 20 and Bucharest Summit, and you have been responsible for the branding of Studio 20's over 30 studios and building brands out of Studio 20's top models in magazines and social media. And this October, you celebrate 5 years of being in the industry. Yeah.
I do. Yeah. It's been 5 years.
And
Amazing 5 years.
And the whole time I've known you, you have been up and down on the award show stages, speech after speech, award after award. And not only that, you've been featured in a lot of mainstream magazines, Vice, BBC, Voyage LA, and you're now the voice of Girls from Studio 20. So you are just a wizard of many things.
I mean, I wouldn't. I would say that. Thank you. I wouldn't actually say that, but thank you.
Yeah.
The girls from Studio 20 actually gave me a voice, so that's kudos to them. I'm talking about the amazing models from all Studio 20 studios around the world. If it were for them, obviously, if it weren't for the performers all around, we wouldn't be here. So I'm not giving them a voice. They're actually, helping me get my voice and speak. And yes, since I'm granted with this honor, I'm doing it for them. So it's a lot of pressure, but I'm happy to do it.
So I thought it was really interesting to have you on the radio show while talking about relationships, because one, you are in touch and on a very personal level with many performers, and you can see the struggles that they go through. But also, I think it's very interesting for people to hear the effect that working on the corporate side of the adult industry can have on holding a relationship, because it isn't just the performers who struggle. It's the people on the corporate side, because this stigma around working in the adult industry is not just aimed at the performers. As soon as you say you have anything to do with this industry, whether it be performing, technical, marketing, there is the same stigma attached. So the first question: working in the adult industry affected your relationships?
Well, granted that I haven't had one in God knows how long. I would say that I don't know if it necessarily is because of the adult industry that I work in, but yeah, that weighs a bit. Every time I go on dates, and that question pops up, like, what do you do for work? Where do you work? And I say, the adult industry. It's either they're like just starting to ask, like, do you know this porn star or this cam model and this or this or this? Can you give me subscriptions to Pornhub? No, I can't. It's whatever. Or they immediately think that you're a freak in a sexual way, that you're just oh, she's working in the adult industry, so she must be crazy, she must be a kinky person. So whatever I talked to her before doesn't matter. Let's just go straight to talking about sex, because if she works in the adult industry, she must just like talking about this. And then there are some, nice surprises from time to time from amazing people that are just like, okay, well, I really like you as a person. That's cool that you work in that industry, but what can you tell me more about you? And,
I have to say, coming from my experience, that you say it is a nice surprise when you say you work in the adult industry and the person that you're talking to actually comes out with a relevant, interesting question that isn't about sex, that isn't about a porn website, that isn't about something along those lines. And it's really, really refreshing. So, I really appreciate what you're saying there, and have experienced that myself.
Thank you. I think
a few times, but yeah.
Yeah, I think most of us have experienced this, and I've never been a performer, but I can, if it's hard for me, which I'm on the corporate side, I can't even imagine how it is for the performers, with this whole stigma, with this whole thing. Hey, I found you on the internet, and it's like it's weird, and it's a battle, it's a struggle all day. I'm not complaining, they kind of, at the end of the day, the good ones stay, and you just get out the bad ones from the start.
Yeah, weed them out quickly.
And I guess it's a thing, isn't it, of seeing how their reaction is once you tell them the work you're involved. You'll probably pick up quite quickly, as you say, what their feelings are, or if there's massive judgment coming in, or if they're just wanting to hear more about your work and suddenly lose track of you almost.
Do you think because of past reactions to working in the industry, you maybe judge people too quickly now?
Yes, absolutely. I never thought about this until now, but yeah, absolutely. I judge them. I judge them for judging me so quickly. Like, why do you want to put this stamp on my forehead? And because you're doing it, it doesn't even matter how successful you are, or how, I don't know, how beautiful, how handsome you are. I don't care. You put this stamp and you view me as this just because I work in an industry that you know nothing about. You are a user, but you judge the people that you're looking at. From the start, I mean, I don't want to be around you. So it takes me around 5 minutes to decide if I'm staying for a date or not.
And I guess that's a good point, actually, you say there, Leah, in terms of thinking about, is it a lack of education for people? So is it that immediate knee-jerk reaction, they just fall down that well-trodden path, or they think that's their views? But actually, if you were able to challenge and talk with them, whether that would take a different direction, I guess. But
I've tried that, but you know what? At certain point, it's just a waste of energy. It's just like, why would I do this? It's not worth it. It's not worth my time. It's not worth my breath. And if that's your image, that's your idea about performers, or about women or men that activate in the adult industry, that's okay. That's on you. Just don't multiply. That's the only thing.
So you've dated from within the industry as well.
Yes, I have.
And so, what's the difference for you between? Sorry, Andrew and I have very, very, very good friends. So I have to say, what's the difference? What's the difference for you between dating someone in the industry and out of the industry? Is there is there a notable difference?
I'm sweating here.
Is there a notable difference? Is it just people are people are people?
Thank you for putting me on the spot here.
You're very welcome.
What I can say is I've dated two people in the adult industry. One which he's one of the most amazing human beings I've ever had the pleasure to know, and respect him forever. And from that relationship point of view, he taught me a lot. And there was no difference, as like I was seeing him as a partner, as exactly how you should see a partner, someone that helps you grow up, someone that looks at you when you're walking the floor and talking and being like, yeah, that's my girl. Like, there you go. You're doing your own thing. I'm respecting you. I know that, some people are flirting with you. I see that some people were flirting with him, but we understood that at the end of the day, that was business, So from that point of view, he knows who he is. So all my respect to him. But I have had some bad experience that I haven't had with civilians. I love calling them civilians. Uh, I have had a really bad experience with jealousy, but then not from my part, from my partner's part, the next one. But then I don't know if it has to do with being in the adult industry as it has to do with you as a person. So I do think that dating someone from the adult industry that understands how things work, how you need to walk the floor, what you need to do, and so to make your business work, it's a good thing, and it might be, you know, it might be a good thing for the relationship, but only if that person is has the emotional intelligence strong enough, he's good as a person, and he can separate these things. So yeah.
So what do you look for in a person now after all these experiences? Apart from that.
Well, I'm looking for a partner, like I said. I'm looking for someone that's always that I can look up to. I know it doesn't sound very feminism, whatever. It's my opinion. It doesn't have to be everyone's. I'm looking for a partner, and for me, it's very important that the person that I'm with, I can look at that person with respect, and I can be something not that I chase, but that I know that, hey, if I'm falling or if I need help, I know that I can rely on him if I'm just feeling down. And you know, I reciprocate that thing. So basically that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a partner that, you know, matches my crazy but can tone it down, matches the hours that I work, but you know, can, you know, take me out of it. That's, you know, that's my match. It's not my the, you know, the male part of me, but someone that makes me better, and then I can make better. I don't have a specific type of men that I'm looking for. Never had. So I couldn't say.
And
There are
so,
some physical things, but I mean, we can talk about those.
we can, if
We
you
can.
want, we
You want to
can.
talk about it? Come on.
If
Now
you
we're gonna
have really nice veiny arms.
baby arms.
Veiny.
I thought you said baby arms.
You know, when you just look at it and it's strong and it's hard and it's veiny, the arm, you know.
The arms. Mhm. Okay. Okay. So, but just going on to another question, what would be your ideal relationship set up? How would it, you know, what would it look like?
I have no idea. Preferably, we live in the same city, country, continent, something like that.
Does it make a difference when we're traveling so much?
Well, that was one of the reasons why, you know, I haven't had a real relationship in so long, because how can you have a relationship with me that I was traveling every 2 weeks to another place?
Andra is the only person I know that travels more than I do.
I think last year I traveled more than Julius, than JFK.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So the ideal setup would be I need to know that I trust that person enough to go out from home, you know, to go to conferences, to go to stuff like that, and to know that he's not gonna get crazy, get jealous, be home. I compare, and I don't know if it's fair or not to compare this, but I compare our business or our line of business with you know, the artists, the pop artists, the music, the musicians, the football players, the basketball players, you know, you're always on tour. You're always on tour. So you need to have that person back at home that holds